What is up, you guys? We are back with another video, and today we're doing another Tales video. So, not another Tales, another tier video. So today we are doing a tier list for Tales. Now, I'll get this out the way. I'm not going like I'm only doing the ones that I have played, because some of these motherfuckers hadn't even came to Japan. I mean, came to the U.S. They stayed in Japan. Now I played some translations of, I think, what was it, Destiny, I think, and played that game all the way through. So that's one that's gonna be on the list. But yeah, the ones I left out was Tales of Innocence, which I did play Tales of Innocence, but I didn't beat it. I didn't beat Tales of Innocence. So I got Tales of Innocence, Tales of Rebirth, Tales of Fantasia too, because I never beat Tales of Fantasia either. But I beat the majority of the games. So let's get down to these games. Now, don't quote me on this as well, because there is some stuff that I do not remember from these fucking games either, man. It's been so long since I played some of these. I remember everything from Tales of Xillia, so I better, and Symphonia, so I better tell you everything about that. So these games are going to get rated on gameplay, which all Tales games have great gameplay. Bosses, because Tales are real big on bosses, and in-game Tales. All Tales in games are dope. So let's get right into it, guys. Let's see what we got going on for us here. Alright, so here we are. We got the S tier up here. Oh, let me move my face. Alright, so here we are. Let's get right down to it. Alright, so first one we got is Tales of Destiny down here. Tales of Destiny. Let me zoom in a little bit more so you guys can see. Oh no, that's too much. 200 is good. Alright, so Tales of Destiny. Now this game, gameplay wasn't all that great. But the story was dope. So in this game, you had like these beings. Like, I'm seeing if I can remember. The main character's name was Stan. And you had some other characters in there. I can't remember too many of the other characters, characters' names, but the main character, I remember his name is Stan. And the sword, his sword was also like a spirit was hidden inside the sword. I think his name was Deimos or something like that. Don't quote me on that either. I'll have to look that up again. But the gameplay, so Tales was it was a new style of an RPG, where it was pretty much like now, and Tales of the Destiny wasn't the first one. Tales of Fantasia was, but they had the side scrolling the dealio that they were doing, and you pretty much just like and then you pretty much just walk. It was a two-dimensional plane, and you just walk back and forth. It wasn't a three-dimensional plane or anything like that. It was just a two-dimensional plane, and man, like, that gameplay was just, I don't know, man. Like, it was cool. It did not age well though. It did not age well. The little sprites with them throwing like Tiger Fang and whatever the Gale Slash and all that stuff. Like, it was just like it was rough to play that through that game again. Cause I played it once when it came out on. Actually, I think the first time I played that was like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Was the first time I played it, because my actual very first Tales games was Tales of Symphonia. Symphonia was my first one. So but getting back to Tales of Destiny, I can't remember too much about the game except that horrid gameplay. The bosses were okay. They weren't nothing to brag about too much. The characters were great. They didn't have voiceovers, of course, because this was back in the freaking what was it, PlayStation. Actually, the Tales of Destiny was remade a couple of times. They were supposed to remade it for PS2 too, but we never got it. And then that game looks so good too. But other than that, man, Tales of Destiny, I'll give Tales of Destiny a B, because it was still fun, had great characters. It was the moves were cool and all that good stuff. One of my favorite characters that you meet in there, I think her name was Leona, I think was her name. Let me look it up. Don't quote me. No, Leon was the dude. Ruti, that's her name. Ruti. Or Rudy, however you say it. That was her. She was, we got all the rest of the main characters too, but I remember Stan. He was easy to remember. Leon was his homeboy. And then Gar was cool too. He was a cool character. I actually remember Gar fighting him in one of the Tales games. I think you fought Gar and Rudy in one of the Tales games as secret bosses, because that's another thing Tales do. Alright, so but other than that, yeah, I give it a B. Characters was great, story was great. But it was just a B ranking, but that gameplay hurt a lot, man, only because it just didn't age well. Now, if I played Tales of Destiny on PS2, I know for a fact this game would be either an S or A ranking. Only because I know, but man, that gameplay was brutal, man. God, it was brutal. Ugh. Alright, so next one we gonna go to. Let's do should we go in order? Or just the order that I have them in? Let's do Tales of Eternia. Cause we already know what Tales of Symphonia is. Alright, Tales of Eternia. Tales of Eternia actually brought one of my favorite characters to the Tales series. It's the chick with the green hair. What's her name though? Oh God. All the characters had so many. It was so many characters in Tales, man. It's hard to remember all of them. But she was, man, that character was so beast because she was like a boxer's type deal. And I'm like, dude, this character goes hard in the Tales games. And I think Tales of Eternia was actually next in the Tales series after Destiny, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, so characters. Farah. That was her name. Farah. All I had to do was look at the names, because I know the names. Reed was a cool main character. Farah was a dope character. I love Farah. Meredy was okay. She was the other little chick that had the pink hair. She was okay too. But again, all the characters in this Tales game were pretty cool. Reed was okay. He was just, you know, one of those young little boys going out on an adventure and all that good stuff. So yeah, I definitely give that's just because I love Farah so much. Farah was dope. And now the gameplay had extremely improved. Now I will say though, I played the PSP version of this game because I think this game came out on PSP. It did. Yeah, I played the PSP version. I didn't play the PlayStation version of the game. I played the PSP version. The PSP version gameplay was a lot better than PlayStation 1. A lot better than PlayStation 1. Story was real good. The bosses were fun. I can't remember the last boss in the game. So God, I can't remember. It's a lot from the older Tales games. I can't remember too much. But then once we start getting to the newer games, I remember all them bosses. I remember all them bosses. Except maybe Tales of Abyss. I can't remember what. I remember now. I think I remember that one. But yeah, Tales of Eternia. I give that one. I give it a A because at least the PlayStation Portable version, I give it A because the gameplay was better. Yeah, it was just an all-around better game. I give it an A. The characters were dope, but Farah wins it for me. Farah was the one that made me really truly love that damn game. Honest to goodness. Because all the other characters, like Reed was cool, everybody else was just cool. But Farah was that chick, boy. She was the bot boy, man, dude. Farah had the martial arts. She was going in, dude. She was going in. So Farah kind of won that for them, man. It kind of won that for them. Okay, next one. Let's go ahead and do Tales of Symphonia, since that was kind of the next one, like one of my most important Tales games. Actually, no. Let's do let's do Tales of Symphonia. All right, so Tales of Symphonia. Actually, no. I want to do the ones I know remember the most about last. Let's do Tales of Legendia. All right, so this damn game, man. So Tales of Legendia is considered one of the worst Tales games. The main characters were not bad. I didn't mind the main characters too much. The main character was actually pretty good. Snell, I think Snell was his name. He was a martial artist, and plus, you know, I like boxers. So yeah, he was definitely a dope character in my opinion. There was a lot of characters in this game as well. The gameplay really lacked though. The gameplay really lacked. And the story was like, it was okay. The story was okay. I don't remember too much, but I know, God, man, like the last boss battle was not very fun. Like, the gameplay killed most of that game, and like it's just Tales Legendia is an iffy one, man. It's definitely an iffy one. It was still fun. The gameplay was still fun. With Snell being a martial artist, you had your magic users. You had Shirley. You had Will. I don't even remember Will. I think that was the dude with the glasses. Man. I don't have the there it is, but I don't have the like that game. I think a lot of characters overflooded that game too and made it like okay. But it's another game that I liked on this list that I liked 10 times more. But anyway, that had a lot of characters. But Tales of Legendia was okay. I enjoyed it. It was still fun for what it was. But I wouldn't put it above Tales of Destiny though, because the characters were just more likable in Tales of Destiny. So the Tales of Legendia characters were kind of bland. I can't even lie to you. So I give that one a C ranking. Tales of Legendia. This list is actually going to be spread out way farther than like how my Final Fantasy list was. But of course, it's not as many games, but there's still a lot of games. All right, so next up. What's my next game that the rest of these I kind of know. I pretty much played these back in front. So we'll go to the next one though that I don't remember too much about, but I remember most of it about it, and that's Tales of Hearts. This game, man, I played this on Vita, man. When they re-released it for call it Tales of Hearts R. The main character I liked. The main character was great. I actually love the main character in Tales of Hearts. Which his name was Core. Yep, Core Meteor. That was his name. Yeah, Core. I actually liked his character. I did not like the main villain in Tales of Hearts. The Tales of Hearts villain was just not. I was not scared of that person at all. He was not scary. Kohaku was definitely a dope female character. I love Kohaku. So she was awesome. Kohaku was awesome. And her brother was hella annoying. I hated her brother. I hated her brother. Her brother was like the dude that had like, he looked cool, but her brother was garbage, man. I hated his personality. Like, he was just like this. He overprotected brother, and oh god, he was annoying. Hisui was annoying, man. He was, yeah, I just read the description. It said he was overprotective. He was just overprotective and highly annoying. Yeah, Kohaku brother was garbage. I did not like Hisui, man. God, I didn't like him. He was, man, like he ruined that game for me, honestly, because he did a lot of stupid shit in the game. So, it's something that I want to expect of a character that looks so cool. But he didn't care for Core too much. Yeah, he didn't care for Core too much. But for now, the gameplay was okay. Especially I didn't play the original version of this game, but the gameplay was It was Oh, it's a jam right there. But I give this game, I give it a C too. Yep, I definitely give it a C. Definitely give it a C. I wouldn't put it nowhere near Tales of Eternia or Tales of Destiny. They just had better characters. Because Core and Reed kind of remind me of each other. Reed was on in Tales of Eternia. But I liked both of them. But I just did not care too much for that main character. I did not care for some of the characters in Tales of Hearts. Whereas most of the characters in Tales of Eternia were tolerable. I could not, man. Hisui just ruined that damn game for me. Last boss was okay though. Last boss was okay. Story was okay too. Story okay. But it wasn't like too big. But most Tales games have the same type of story. But it was okay though. It was okay. Alright, now we getting into the big ones. We get into the big ones now. Now these games I pretty much remember pretty much all of it. Especially since the ladders I've played recently. I can't remember too much of the characters' names, but I do remember my favorite characters from most of these. Alright, so Tales Symphonia, man. Alright. Tales Symphonia. Liked every character. There wasn't a character I did not like in that damn game. Lloyd was clean, Sheena was clean, Zelos was clean, Colette was dope. Who's the kid's name? His best friend. God, I forgot his name. But Kratos was dope. Oh, spoiler alert, Kratos was Lloyd's father. Spoiler alert for those who have not played the game. I should have put that earlier. I'm sorry, guys. If y'all have not played that game and then I spoiled it for you, I'm sorry. But so hold up, they ain't got a thing showing the characters. Genus. Oh wait, no, Genus was the teacher. No, Genus was his best friend with the long white hair. The teacher's name was Rain. Yeah, teacher's name was Rain. And I think they were siblings or something. I think Rain was Genus's sister, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, so yeah, no, dude, every character in that damn game was great. Every character, Genus, I mean, like, the whole cast was great, man. And the villains were great. The villains was crazy. When you had to fight the dude at Don Carlon, what was his name? He was the angel, cause this game was deep too with the angels and all that bull crap too. This game, like most of the Tales games take place in like otherworldly type deal, but Symphonia was different with like this angels deal. Like certain characters were angels. Kratos was an angel. I think Lloyd ended up being half an angel too. So it was like, this game is ridiculous, man. Like they doing all kinds of stuff. But like, dude, man. Oh God, what was the name of the main character's the main villain? But he had like, he was supposed to be like the main angel or whatever. I think his name was like Mythos or something like that. But it was crazy because I forgot to mention the end game of the other ones too. Most Tales games have good end game, but I'm gonna really get into it for these games. Heart's end games were not bad, and Eternia's end game wasn't bad. Didn't care for Legendia's. Tales of Destiny really didn't have. It was okay. It was a big end game, but it wasn't like extreme like at Hearts and the rest of them were, because it was one of the first games. But it was still good. But Destiny's character still overshadowed these other two games. But well, back to Tales of Symphonia. Yeah, you had to fight Mythos, and like the character, like that villain, he was an asshole, man. He was an asshole. He didn't give a shit about nothing. And what I mean nothing, he didn't give a shit about nothing. He had no heart. And it was crazy because shoot, you fight him as an adult version of himself, and you fight him as a kid. And his kid version was a real pain in the ass. I wanted to kick that little son bitch. He was just a pain in the ass, man. Tales of Symphonia is like the first end game that I did everything. And they had extra stuff where you fight like this sword master or whatever that you run into multiple times in the game. If you kill them all times, you get like some ultimate weapon or whatever. So, and then that weapons too. Weapons were showing real big in this game, man. You can see like the different weapons in their hands and all the different weapons that they were using. The gameplay was really dope. It was still, you can move around 3D, but you would fight in only 2D, I think is how it was. So it was like a mixture of like the newer style that they was trying to do. But yes, that game, yeah, no, man. Tales Symphonia, I definitely give an S rank. Definitely give an S rank. Tales Symphonia was the shit. I don't care what anybody say. That game was the shit. It was awesome. It was definitely awesome. I loved it. From in-game, the story, the characters, the villains, everything about that game was crazy good, man. And I even like Zelos, and it's crazy that Zelos ended up being like a bad guy for a little minute. Actually, it's a crazy thing in that game where you can choose to kill Kratos or something like that, or side with Kratos. That was another thing. And Zelos went off and you fight him, or it was something to where effect where you made a choice to have Kratos join you, or you can have Zelos join you for the rest of the game. It was something like that, something to the effect. I can't remember, but I know that you can definitely have Kratos join your team if you make a choice about Zelos or something like that. So yeah, because Zelos ended up being like a side, like he ended up being an assassin or something like that, or he ended up being a bad guy at one point. You made a choice about him, and he can either go with you along with the rest of the game, or you can have Kratos join you. So I couldn't remember exactly what it was, but yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, if you guys have not played Tales of Symphonia, play Tales of Symphonia. But even if you did, I done spoiled all the game. Didn't I done spoiled the game. Either way, I still think people should play it though. Alright, because they re-released it on PS3, it's on PC, it's like shit, it's everywhere now. So, next one, Tales of the Abyss. Now, this game was good too. I'm trying to remember the main character's name. See if I can remember without looking at it. God, what was his name? I was about to say Adolf from the E series. Oh god, it's crazy because he had like long hair first, then he cut his hair later on in the game. Oh, what was his name? What was his name? There's a lot of characters on there because you had Luke. That was his name. I think his name was Luke. I'll look at it later. But you had Luke. You had like the chick that was like a mage or whatever. Or no, you had the dude that was that had like a spear. I don't remember all these characters' names. Tales got so many characters' names. I remember Guy. Guy was the his homeboy with the short sword. I remember him. Oh, his name was Luke. So it was Luke, Guy. Who else you had? Ash was his, I think, brother. Or they were friends or something. No, that's what it was. Ash was like the replica of Luke. That's what it was. Oh, Tyr. Tyr is Vaughn. Yep, Tyr. That was another character. I can't. They had their names all spread out everywhere. But I forgot about Jade. Jade was the guy with the spear. And then you had a couple other characters too that I can't really remember their names. Man, a lot of these games I had to go back and play again because I don't remember. But see, the thing about Tales games is that they never released these. They never released these mugs, man. The only ones they released was like the last 5 you see down there, and Symphonia. But the other ones, Abyss, Destiny, Legendia, none of those have gotten re-released like on current gen or on PC at least. Man, but they doing all these Trails games though. But anyway, Tales of Abyss, man, like the story was really good. I liked Luke was annoying until he got his hair cut. He was an annoying character. He was like really stuck up. I'm like, man, I'm tired of this dude. I'm tired of Luke, man. Go ahead and let's leave him alone, man. The last boss battle, dope. Last boss battle was dope as hell. And I think the last boss battle his name was Vaughn. Let's see what he looked like. But I remember that boss battle, like it was dope. That was a dope last boss battle. Watch how I see his face, I remember like I do all the other characters. Yeah, I knew he was kind of like a general type dude. Yeah, I remember him. Like, so, I remember that boss fight. Because at first you fought Ash. And after you fought Ash, you fought his ass. And, but, man, Tales of the Abyss. I still wouldn't put it as high as Tales of Symphonia. I would definitely... like I said, I like the characters. Some of them were like Luke was just annoying in the beginning of the game, but other than that, after he matured and like, because he was like this, everybody saw him as like this stuck-up prince, the rich boy, and yeah, he was really that too until he got his haircut and was going on his adventure and saw as the copy or whatever. Yeah, like that changed his whole outlook on life. So I give it an A. Give Tales of the Abyss an A. That was a good game, man. I liked it. It was fun. All right, next. Next is a big one. Tales of Vesperia. So this is another easy one, man. Like, this is another easy one to top, man. To put at the top of the list. The characters, loved every single one of the characters. Rita was dope. What's the main character's name? Oh man, my mind went blank, and I was just thinking of his name. I remember Rita. I remember the big boob chick that was that had the spear. That Raven. I remember Raven. Was the ninja, the assassin dude. That's crazy because he was actually he was a character in disguise as well in this game. But that's another story. God, what's the main character's name? How I forget the main character's name of Tales of Vesperia, man. It's gonna piss me off when I see his name. Yuri! God damn it! Anyway, Yuri, man. And then what was his friend's name? The little kid that was with him all the time. I remember Rita, because Rita was my favorite character. Rita was the maze chick. And then they had the new one with then the pink hair girl. I forgot her name too. Oh, never mind. It was Yvette or something like that. It started with an E. I know it did. I think it was Adele or something like that. Oh, it was Estelle. I was way off. But yeah, Estelle. And then you had Rita, Raven, and then Judith was the chick that I was talking about with the big boobs. And Patty was the pirate. Yeah, you had pirate. That was the pirate. And then you had this boy Flynn too. So like, all right. So all the characters were great in this game. Flynn was a dope character. That I think you didn't even play with him until they had re-released Tales of Vesperia on PS3, which we didn't get until later on. Like, I think it was like last year when we got that the re-release of that game, which is like the definitive edition. And yeah, so I definitely give Vesperia. In-game in Vesperia. In-game was dope in Vesperia. Just like Symphonia, I already mentioned Symphonia, where you had the Book of the Damned or whatever, and then you had to fight like this chaos thing. I think I did a video for that a long time ago too. But you had to go into this book and go to the deepest realm of the book, and at the bottom of that book was a very hard boss. And I swear to you that you had to be at least 100 or a level 200 to kill that dude. But yeah, its end game was pretty good too. But Tales of Vesperia, I give an S. It's gonna be a lot of games getting the S. I can't even fake on you on this one. I can't even fake. But Tales of Vesperia gets an S, man. What's next? Let's do Tales of Graces next. Tales of Graces, also another one with pretty good characters. I think the Asbel was the name of the main character in that game, and then you had the big head girl with the two pink pigtails. What was her name? There's just so many characters in these games. Final Fantasy is nowhere near. I played those a lot more though. Tales games I usually play at least 3 to 4 times. Yeah, Asbel was the main character. Let me see if I can remember. Sophie was her name. Yep, Sophie. And Sophie was the chick with the pink hair. Who else you had? I think you had Raphael. No, it was Richard. Damn it. And I remember Hubert. And then you had the real pretty maid, Sharia. Oh, Pascal. I remember Pascal too. And I think that was it, man. Yeah, I think that was it. As far as like characters that was on your team. Oh, and Malik. I forgot about Malik. Was that the dude with the boomerang? I think he was the one with the boomerang. But yeah. Alright, so I give the characters rating, I give it high above, man. All the characters in Tales of Graces were dope. I liked all of them. Story was story. Story was okay. Like I said, I'm not really too big when you have to fight like an entity. I'm not too really big on like when you just fighting an entity. It's like okay, but it was like, I mean, it was a pretty like Lambda wasn't nothing to fuck with. So I'll give that. And then like the second, like, so what saves Graces? What's gonna give Graces an S rank is that damn after game, that end game that you beat, because you had the main game and then you had the future arc where Asbel absorbed Lambda into his eye. And then he had to go fight the next, I think it was Lambda or Fodra or some shit like that. Whoever it was. I think it was Fodra. And it was like a big lady that you fought. And that boss battle was epic. End game for Tales of Graces are amazing. There was a lot of extra bosses, a lot of extra dungeons that you could do. One of the extra dungeons that you can do in that game was a secret boss where you had to fight God, what was his name? He was a secret boss and I forgot his name though. But you fought him on a satellite or something like that. That might have been Graces. Was that Graces? Let's see, Tales of Graces. F. Secret boss. Yeah, you fought it. That was the name of that dungeon, Zone Cage. Who was the boss in that mud though? It started with like God, cause he had made doubles of himself. That boss was, that shit was crazy. Bryce, Kurt, no. Here it is. Eternal bosses, optional bosses. Minutes? What the hell? Oh wait, is this the boss? Solomus. That was his name. Hey, I'm gonna show you this character, dude. It was like a little kid, dog. This little kid beat my ass. This little kid beat my ass, man. If Solomon. There he is, asshole, man. Here he is, man. That's him when he does his freaking like mystic art on you. That was another thing too. I totally forgot to mention like the gameplay in Vesperia, but that's another thing that put Vesperia in the S rank. That was the first one where you can free roam like around the state. Well, no, Tales of Abyss was, but it felt great in Tales of Vesperia. And the gameplay and Mystic Arts were dope too. I should have graded them on Mystic Arts, who had the best Mystic Arts. That's a cool thing. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna rate Mystic Arts in another video, man. Or like which Tales game had the best Mystic Arts, and give them like a 10 ranking and all that shit. We're gonna do that, man. All right, so we probably gonna do them by game though, cause everybody had like Mystic Arts. We're gonna probably do those by game. Anyway, let's go to so yeah, talking about we're still talking about Graces. So Tales of Graces F. I definitely give that one. I give it an S rank too. It definitely deserves an S rank too. Graces was great. Graces was great. I had a lot of fun with it. It was just a dope game. It was a dope game, man. Definitely dope. Great character. Sophie was a good character. It was just, yeah, just an S rank. All right. So next up, we're going to do my favorite Tales game, Tales of Xillia. This game was my shit. This game was my shit. So, we're gonna start with the first Tales of Xillia first. So the first Tales of Xillia game, that one I may rank lower compared to the second one. The second one was great. Like, the first one was good too, but the end game was trash. Like, the end game was so trash in the first one. So, also, Tales of Xillia has one of my favorite character in the Tales series of all time. Anyway, so back to the end, probably one of the greatest last boss battles. Greatest last boss battle in Tales of Xillia 1. Tales of Xillia 2 had a great last boss battle too. But Tales of Xillia 1, back to 1. So Tales of Xillia, you had Jude, you had shit, I don't remember the characters in this shit either. I remember Jude and Milia. That's all I remember. That goes to show how long it's been since I played all these games. Because I haven't played Tales of Xillia since I had my PS3. That was about, shoot, that game came out a long fucking time ago. Let's see. Tales of Xillia wow, dude, that game came out in 2011. I still have the collectors for that game. Oh, God, Lee, 2011? Where did the time go? Anyway, shit. But yeah, you had Jude. Oh, they got a whole section for Xillia. You got Jude, Milia. Jude and Milia I love the relationship between those two. They were great characters. Jude was kind of annoying sometimes, but he was still a great character. I still enjoyed his character. And plus he had that boxing martial arts style, which was even doper to me. Alvin was a cool character. Alvin was probably one of my favorites too. Alvin was definitely a dope character. Elise. Which one was Elise? Oh, I loved Elise. I remember Elise. Yes, I loved Elise. Elise was an adorable character, man. She was like the mage of the group. But Elise was also awesome. Rowan was awesome. I remember Rowan. Layla. Man, this whole cast was dope. This whole cast was dope, man. The whole damn cast was dope. So, for Tales of Xillia 1, the gameplay was amazing too. Shit, man. Tales of Xillia 1's gameplay was off the chain, but the end game was lacking. You only had like one optional boss, and that was like this golden mage, whatever the fuck that thing was, that you fight. Like, it was some golden knight thing, and that was the optional boss, and he was very underwhelming. I did not have fun with that fight at all. So the end game, I definitely rank it low, but that last boss battle, where you fight Gaius and Muse, shite, that boss battle was dope, man. That's still and Gaius is my favorite Tales character to this day. That is my favorite guy. Man, that's my favorite character, man. Gaius was so dope, man. God, he was such a cool ass character, man. It don't make no sense how cool Gaius was. He was cool as a bad guy. Then he became a good guy in fucking Tales of Xillia 2. So yeah, man. I so want to put this in the S rank, but I just can't. Man. Ugh, God, I had to put it in A rank, man. Oh, but I want to put it in the S rank too. Cause Xillia was good. The story was also like lacking too. Like, all the Tales games, the best story was definitely Symphonia and Vesperia. These two games had the best Tales story. Now, if you combine this one's story with this one, oh shit, that was a good story too. Now, Tales of Xillia 2, I'm just gonna automatically put this in S, because that is one of my favorite Tales games. Tales of Xillia 2. For one, Gaius became playable. Now, the silent protagonist I wasn't too big a fan of, which was oh god, what did they call him? Luger. He was the main character in there. I didn't like the silent protagonist too much. Silent protagonist just doesn't fit in. But he still had it. even though he was silent, I still felt him as like a character that was part of this game, especially like man, dude. Okay, so the reason that Tales of Xillia 2 and Tales of Xillia, I'm about to put Tales of Xillia 1 in S rank 2. About to say fuck the bullshit. For one, Tales of Xillia 2 had multiple endings. You get multiple endings in Tales of Xillia 2, and the outcome of each of those endings was ridiculous. I don't want to spoil the endings because I want a lot of people to go back and try to play this. I hope they re-release Tales of Xillia, man. But I'll tell you this: one ending involved you going back and fighting your entire party members. That shit blew my mind, man. And like Luger had was facing with his own battles too, with trying to save his brother. So, man, that was all kinds of bullshit going on, and plus with saving that little girl too, because he also was saving that little girl. Plus, he could turn into a Power Ranger. And so Tales of Xillia 2 gameplay with the Power Ranger shit, with him turning into like the different modes, that shit was ridiculous. So I'm like, this man, and then the fact Gaius was playable, that game was ridiculous. Tales of Xillia 2 was off the chain, dude. That was a dope ass game. So that's why I'm definitely putting that in the top rankings, man. That's my favorite Tales game to this day, man. Till this day, that is my favorite Tales game. No other Tales game can compete with that game. As far as I'll say, no other Tales game can compete with Xillia 1 and 2 put together. I'll say that, because 1 and 2 put together make the perfect Tales game. They make the perfect Tales game, man. Like that game was amazing. That game was amazing. I definitely enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the characters. But I put Tales of Xillia at below it because of what is it? Opening is it? That was Grace's, wasn't it? I can't remember which opening that was. But yeah, I definitely put those two games was one of my favorites. So now you got the two last ones who both of these games are connected as well. A lot of people probably didn't know that, but both of these games are connected. So this is an easy one too. I'm gonna do Tales of Zestiria first. So Tales of Zestiria, characters great. Gameplay. This game suffers gameplay and end game. The end game and the game, well, I'll say the camera with the gameplay. The camera was so damn bad, man. The fusion system, that was dope. Fusing with the characters, because you had, I forgot to mention, so the characters, you had Soray, you had, you start off with a different chick, and then she left, and then you end up with the thief chick. What's her name? I think her name was shit. What was that chick's name? No, it wasn't Alicia. I think it was Rose. Yeah, it was Rose. Yeah, she joined the quit. It was Rose. She was the one that joined your team later, and then she had all that. She had got the power to fuse with the other, like the what you call them? The Seraphim, the Seraph. So this game was cool. The story was okay. Like I said, like most of that story didn't make sense until you played Tales of Berseria, but the story was okay. It was okay. Gameplay, the camera was lacking though. Camera was lacking. I liked all the characters though. I really liked all the damn characters, especially Edna, man. Edna was just so damn funny, man. I love the little banter that Edna and Denzel went through, or was it Zavid? It might have been Zavid that she was having all those arguments with. I think it was Zavid, because that was another thing. After, because one character died, and then Zavid joined later, and that's another spoiler. Sorry, sorry you guys. But anyway, Tales of Zestiria also very sad too, man. It had a lot of it had a lot of deaths. Like, it was a very depressing story. It was, so that game was very emotional. It was a very emotional Tales game. But I definitely enjoyed it. Like, so I definitely give it an A rank. I'll definitely give it an A rank. It was dope. I enjoyed it. It was definitely definitely a dope game. So Tales of Zestiria, I definitely give an A rank. This turned out like the Final Fantasy what you call it. Alright. So I was talking about Zestiria's endgame. That shit was trash. I did not like that endgame. Alright. So last but not least, you got Tales of Berseria. And now, Tales of Berseria, loved all the characters again. Loved all the characters. Like I said, it's hard for me not to like a Tales character. So when I don't like a Tales character, that it's gonna automatically get a low ranking because it's hard for me not to like a Tales character. Like I said, the Tales of Destiny had some good. There's some characters I didn't like in Tales of Destiny, but what killed Tales of Destiny was the gameplay. Because most of the characters I liked in Tales of Destiny, but the gameplay killed that. That it just didn't age well. And of course, it was the first one, but nah, I'm not cutting it no slack. Like I said, the remake that they did of that game will probably get an A or an S. So I need to play the remake for it. So on Tales of Berseria, dude, I can't believe I'm forgetting all these characters' names. What was the main character's name? Dude, I don't remember the last character's name. I do not. Oh, we skipping that song. I do not remember the last character. What was the main chick's name in Berseria? Or am I tripping? Hold on. Let me see if I can remember it. Oh, god dang. Let's start with an R. I don't want to look. I'm gonna have to though, cause I don't remember her name. I remember Maggie Lou. That was the maze chick with the hat. I see. That sucks cause I remember their names. I can put their names with their face. Estelle brother was Edna's brother was playable. Now I remember him. That his name was Eisen. I remember that motherfucker because that was my favorite character. Velvet. God damn it. Velvet was her name. Which one was Laphicet? Wasn't that the kid? It was the kid. Yeah, I was like, wait, what was Laphicet? I said his name perfect too, cause I could have said Laphicet. I could have said all kinds of bull crap. But I remember that. I remember him. I remember Laphicet. I remember you, Laphicet. So Laphicet was the little kid. Eleanor was the chick. I think she was hunting Velvet for a hot minute. Rokuro was the little dude that had a sword that you can never fucking use. I don't know why. That was annoying. But yeah, he was he was dope too. Fun character, very fun character. I think Maggie Lou was definitely a fan favorite of a lot of people too. She was hilarious. she was powerful too. She has some powerful ass magic. Then you had Bienfu, which was that weird little I think that was her hat. Wasn't that Maggie Lou's hat? Oh, that was Maggie Lou's small mallet partner who mercilessly. Yeah, I kind of figured. Yeah, I thought that was her hat though. But then you have my boy Eisen, man. Eisen was my dude. Was Eisen a seraph too? He wasn't a seraph, but yeah, he was 1,000 years old. He was 1,000 years old, a pirate. But see, his sister was a seraph. I gotta play that game again because I don't remember how because Edna was his sister. Yeah, Edna was his sister. So I wonder how he became like a or how did Seraphs become into everything? It has something to do with the ending of Zelda Berseria, where I think, shoot, I don't want to spoil it. Man, I've been spoiling all the Tales games during this whole tier ranking though. But oh, let's go to gameplay. Gameplay, by far the best gameplay on any Tales series, hands down. Not until Tales of Arise comes out, which probably will overtake Berseria. Tales games, gameplay wise, get better with every game. Tales of Xillia 2 gameplay was better than Tales of Xillia 1. Except Tales of Zestiria for some reason. That gameplay was not better than Tales of Xillia. Grace's gameplay was good. A lot of people say Grace's gameplay was better than Xillia, but I don't think so. I ain't think it was better. It was it was about the same or better. Xillia was the same as Grace's. Xillia 2 just improved it and made it better. But Tales of Berseria, only because it was so close tightly with zestiria, and I loved every character, especially Eisen. And Velvet was a dope main character. Life I Said was a adorable little kid character that she took care of. Everybody was pretty cool in that game, so I definitely give that one an S ranking. This thing is also, you know what this thing is doing? It's making me want to go back and play like these Tales games, because I have not played these games in years. I haven't played a Tales game since Berseria, since I've beaten Berseria. I never went back. I started Vesperia, because even Vesperia got re-released. I started playing it, but didn't go back and beat it again. So it's been a long time, man. And then I think Berseria came out. Shit, man, Berseria came out in what, 2017? So that's a long, man, dude. So man, I give him his props. The Tales series is props. They've been doing pretty good, man. They're continuously going on. It's been a hot minute since they came out with a new one. Shoot, what? I guess not counting Tales of Vesperia, since that was already done. Even though it came out, they re-released it in 2020 finally on PC. Tales of Arise, I think, is the latest, the next one that coming out this year. So man, I'm super excited to play them. I'm a Tales fan for sure. Even though they so hard to remember all these damn characters. There's a lot of characters to remember, man. That's a lot of characters. Oh, that's crazy though. But Final Fantasy characters are pretty. Their names are pretty easy to remember, and I don't play Final Fantasy like a crazy amount of times, man. That's the same thing with Persona, but some Persona characters most Persona characters I can remember. No, I forget some of them too. I forget some of their names too, but I remember. Once I see their names, I automatically know who the character is. But other than that, yeah, you guys. So this is my tier ranking for the Tales series. We did Final Fantasy, we did Tales. Next is gonna be SMT. You know what it is? It's the RPG war, the JRPG war. Hope y'all guys are ready for it. We're gonna be playing some of these games, man. Going through them, at least the ones on PC, to get ready for Tales of Arise. I gotta make me a schedule to do it. I should have time, man. I got so much on my plate, but we gonna be playing some video games. We're gonna be playing some damn video games here. All right, you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Shoot, and then let me know what you guys are. Which ones are y'all's favorite Tales? Do y'all agree with my list? Do y'all disagree? Let me know. Let me know. Anyway, that's it for this video, you guys. Until next time, peace.